Welcome to another Wild Eye Wednesday. I'm Stephen Bloodworth, and this is my review of Beserkers, directed by Jacob O'Brien Mulligan, and released on DVD by Wild Eye Releasing. You know, it's always fun to go into a film where you really have no idea what to expect. That was definitely the case of Jacob O'Brien Mulligan's Beserkers. I thought that this would be your typical zombie film, but no. There's definitely a lot more thrown into this, and we'll go into that in just a moment. As always, guys, if you're new to my channel, definitely hit that subscribe button down below, and stay tuned for all my latest videos posted every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We start off the film with an introduction to our main character, Hunter. We immediately understand from Hunter's persona and his girlfriend that he is absolutely whipped. It's his birthday, and his girlfriend does not care one bit about him. She basically throws him money saying have fun and says she's going out with a group of friends, but we see her going out with some guy and we can only assume she's getting dicked down in Dallas or whatever state they filmed this in. Hunter's friends come over to throw him a party for his birthday, which turns into a whole night of debauchery, and at the same time we see that there is a zombie outbreak going on in the town's hospital. The next day, things go from bad to worse because not only does Hunter get rejected after proposing to his girlfriend, but the zombie outbreak spreads into the town, and him and his friends need to find a way to fend for themselves and bring an end to this undead nightmare. We see everything go from a typical zombie outbreak film to a zombie post-apocalyptic film, and that's where I'll pretty much leave off at that. There's a lot more to talk about. I'll talk about a little bit of it, but I don't want to spoil anymore. So now let's get into my overall thoughts on Beserkers. By the way, I gotta say, I love the title for this. I've heard of other zombie films with similar titles, but nothing like Beserkers. I thought this was gonna be your run-of-the-mill independent zombie film, which there's no problem with that, but the film definitely has the vibes of Shaun of the Dead and VFW, being that a group of friends are taking shelter inside of a bar and trying to fend off from the dangers of the outside world. Like I just said, the story is kind of a mix between those films, VFW, Shaun of the Dead. On the back of the box from Nightmare Rabbit, they're calling it a style mix of Clerks, Shaun of the Dead, and The Road Warrior, which I can definitely see in that, but the story evolves and the diversity of the characters only make this a film where you definitely want to keep watching. This is one of those films where you can see an evolution of characters, kind of going to Tom Savini's Night of the Living Dead from 1990, where we see Barbara start off as a timid woman and then she turns into a fighter. With Hunter, we see him as this whipped guy, and as the film evolves, we see him turn into a badass, almost like Rambo character. His friends, on the other hand, are also pretty good, and they all share their differences. The one girl is kind of like the girl that he's kind of been pushing off for all of his life to be with the other girl who's always been rude and cheated on him. And Hunter's one friend, Les, is kind of like the Ed in Shaun of the Dead, being his best friend. As I mentioned, the film does evolve from a zombie outbreak film to a survivalist film, where in the first part of the film we see zombie attacks. In the second part, we see man versus man. No matter if it's Hunter and his friends fighting the zombies or Hunter and his friends fighting other people, the gore is top-notch in this. The whole film has some insanely impressive gore, and some specific scenes in this, which I won't really spoil, are pretty ambiguous. The one scene that I really loved is when the zombie outbreak is going on in the town, and we see a pregnant woman basically give birth, and the baby turns out to be a zombie and goes after the father. Overall, this is definitely one that I could see a lot of people liking. A lot of great laughs, a lot of action, and a lot of gore. For a rating, I'm definitely going to give Beserkers a definite would recommend, especially to any zombie fans out there. Especially to anybody who's a fan of films like Clerks, Shaun of the Dead, and VFW. If you want to see the film for yourself, definitely head on over to wildeyeReleasing.com. Link will be in the description as always. The DVD that Wild Eye put out does come with a handful of special features, including the original short film, a promo video, trailers. So that's gonna do it for today, guys. Thank you so much for coming by and checking out this review. If you're new to my channel, definitely hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for all my latest videos posted every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And also make sure to follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, to stay posted on what I'm doing behind the scenes of making these videos. Before you click off this video, don't forget to hit it with a thumbs up, and leave me a comment down below saying if you've seen Beserkers and what do you think of it. Until the next Wild Eye Wednesday, take care and stay scared.